Greetings, everybody. Glad to be able to be here with you guys today and just kind of talk about this past weekend's game and get ready for Charleston Southern. We are excited, as Brian alluded to, or talked about 6 wins in a row, which is huge, and definitely starting where we started this season and now to be on the road that we're on. Those guys are really focused and really excited. So we are definitely focused and ready to move forward this week going into Charleston Southern. But kind of going back, talking about the Norfolk game, offensively, you got a chance to see some good things that we've been doing all season here as we're getting to the end with Bayshul Tootin. Can't say enough about him. Another 100-yard game and just continuing what he's been doing this year. So overly excited about what he's doing. But you guys are also getting to see the offense really open up as we spread the ball around to Zach and Sterling Burkhalter and some of those other guys that are really making some good plays, and we're excited about what they're doing. So it's only going to help us moving forward because now it's not just the run game you got to deal with, but you also got to deal with the pass game as well. And so that's something that's very exciting. And also, as you see, Romello is getting some work at fullback, and the tight ends are really getting to work. So it definitely makes it hard as a defensive guy. It makes it hard on those defensive coaches when you have to deal with everybody in our offense. And I think that that's something that we've really been able to open up to, so we're excited. And shoot, the point production that we're having on offense is awesome. And definitely as a defensive guy on the other side of that, I love that because now it's just us going out and playing, and shoot, they're going to score on offense. We just got to stop people. So, and then talking about us defensively, started out the game really, really well, had a lot of success early on, had some miscues, and so we had to get those things cleaned up. And I think as we got through the game and we moved forward, we got to make those corrections and got those kids playing fast, had a lot of takeaways in the game, which we have been harping on all year, taking the football away, getting the ball back for our offense. And so got a chance to do that. I know one of the young men that's here today had 2 interceptions, and I want to say we had 5 on the day, which is awesome. And I think if you can get 5 takeaways, that's the recipes to some success. So definitely excited about that, and great game, great win, 6 in a row. Shoot, now it's time to work to get 7. So that's what we're getting prepared for with Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern is definitely a team that knows us just a little bit. We've had the opportunity to play against them for the last couple years. And so knowing what they're doing and, shoot, those guys trying to come and get better as we compete against them on Saturday. I know just speaking about their offense, quarterback-wise, they got a quarterback that can try to sling it around. They moved around a couple guys, had some injuries at the quarterback, but the guys that they have stepping in have played some decent football. The running backs that they got 2 good running backs at number 10 and number 24 that do a great job of running downhill, put one foot in the ground, and they will attack you. With the receiver core, they got 3 of the top receivers in the conference just as far as receptions, and those guys are very, very productive, even with all the quarterbacks that they played with. So it's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to get lined up and play fast and attack those guys on the back end as well. And then up front, they got some big guys up front that really get after it, play physical, play nasty. And so, we're excited at the challenge, and we're ready to get after it. I know defensively for them, they're very, very active. They like to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They're always moving around. They got some smaller guys inside, but those guys attack, and we've seen them play a lot of football. So definitely very excited at the challenge. And, we're excited moving forward because I think this is going to be a really good football game. It's going to be a big game, another big game for us, and I think that's something we've talked to the guys about. Big games. Every week is a big game. Every week is a week to get better, and that's what we've been trying to do here over the course of the last couple weeks. Coach is actually doing well. I think the one thing with family and, keep him in your prayers with the funeral service is actually today. So they will be doing that for him, he and his family today. He was in good spirits. It helps when you win. So that actually makes it a lot better for him. But I definitely say keep he and his family in your prayers as we are, and get him back here, and let's continue to do what we've been doing. But I know Coach is a very, very much a family person, and so it is something that I know for him they're really having to work through, and he has his moments, but we're here to support him, and I think that's the big thing that we can all do. I think it's kind of been over the course of time, and the guys have really put in the time, the extra film time and all of those things to really know their opponents. And so that's why you're seeing the production that we're having on the field, because they're really doing a great job, meeting together as a group. Even sometimes when the coaches are not there and they got that extra time, those guys are watching film and doing the little things. And I know Coach Wash talks about it all the time, those details, those little things are the things that we have to do in order to be a good football team. And so that's what those guys are working to do right now. The game last year, we got after them a little bit. That was a game we actually had 11 sacks in the game. So, but I think they are a different team this year, different at quarterback. That quarterback is now gone. So they got some new young men in there. They're trying to spread it around a little bit more because they do have some pretty good weapons. Like I said, the receivers that they have are very, very productive. I know they have one of the receivers has 51 catches, another one has 41. I think the third one has 31. So they're getting the ball a lot. But as well, like I said, with the running backs, they're using those guys because they're one-cut guys. They get you going sideways, and they try to split it right down the middle on you. So because of that, we have to be able to defend both ends of it with the run and the pass and be effective with it. They have a good little scheme, and we have to line up and play fast, play physical. I think they want to be – I think a lot of it has been predicated on the games that they've been in. But they do line up and run the football. Like I said, they got two good running backs that run downhill. A lot of it at quarterback, because they've had some injuries at quarterback and been going through some changes, I think they've relied on the run game to start a little bit more. And then as they get into the flow of the game, now it opens up their short passing game that they use. So it's going to be a little bit of both. And I think, and a lot of it is going to be predicated on how the game goes.